Alright, and we're back to basic combat. In a pitched battle, the better tactician will prevail. Learn how to use the unit counter system and the terrain to win battles against the opponent. Let's go. Gameplay tips: Scouts and outposts can see into stealth forests. Nice. Get that juicy vision. Alright, so yeah, once again, as long as we get bronze, we're happy. We can work on gold later.
Each military unit is unique. They are produced from different buildings, armed with different weapons, and specialized against different targets.
Tell us, what are they specialized against?
Spearmen carry long polearms into battle. They excel at fighting cavalry.
No?
Archers perform very well against unarmored infantry due to their long range. Notice how they're concealed among the trees. Positioning units in a stealth forest keeps them hidden until they start attacking.
Alright. When they attack, they become visible.
A group of horsemen was hiding out of view behind that ridge. These archers stand no chance against quick and mobile cavalry.
I see. Wonder if the horsemen have bonus
Remember
damage
these lessons and apply them.
against
Choose the
archers
right
as well.
counters to enemy forces and use the terrain to your advantage to dominate the battlefield.
Okay.
A group of horsemen is about to attack your village. 4 more waves of enemies will soon follow. You must defend the 3 entrances to the village and prevent the enemy from burning down your buildings. You can only deploy one type of unit at a time, so choose wisely.
That will be wise. Horsemen. Horsemen are coming. Muskets, spears. Archery range. That's probably stable. Beat the approaching horsemen. Horsemen spotted. Beat them. Here they come. An attack. No armor. It's any armor. Ranged armor. 155 health. Ooh. 9 spear. Melee. +9 versus range. They do have extra damage for range. 0.29 tiles range. 1.62 second attack speed.
Select one of the allied buildings in the center of the village to deploy a group of units.
Yep. Delicious. Wow.
Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
The line formation. Oh. Wow, I'm not taking any damage. I'm not taking any damage.
Well done.
Hard countered. Nice. Nice. What's next?
Now a group of enemy spearmen is coming from the north. Choose the right unit type to counter them before they reach the village.
You said archers was good. Archers.
See this sparse forest near the road? You can use it to hide your units and ambush your enemies as they pass.
Do that. They're gonna come from the road. Down.
Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Why aren't they in line formation? Okay. attack. Here we come. Die.
Those raiders won't trouble you again.
Oh, we lost 3. That's not good.
Another enemy band is attacking from the south. This time they're bringing archers. Choose some defenders and face them head on.
The horsemen. They hide in the stealth bars. Go to the stealth bars. In line formation, we can surround.
Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Wonder when to charge. Until they get close. Attack! Oh. You got focused down. This should be fine. Oh, he's getting low.
Those archers have shot their last volley.
Lost 4.
Beware, the enemy is now attacking in force. They are more determined than ever and are bringing both horsemen and spearmen. This time, you can choose 2 types of units with which to repel the invaders.
Archers and spearmen.
It is a good idea to use melee infantry as a shield to block incoming enemies and protect your vulnerable ranged units. Use control groups to manage your forces.
Any stealth boards hiding.
Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Had a lot of guys going down. Whoa. A lot of guys going down. Okay, we're definitely not going to get gold.
Excellent. Those raiders were no match for you.
Lost all our spears. Could have gone horsemen, actually. Horsemen,
A group of archers and horsemen is launching the final attack from the south. Select 2 types of units to defend your village.
archers and horsemen. So I guess you go spears and
Look closely.
horsemen.
You can hide some troops behind that ridge on the flank. Use it to ambush and divide the invaders.
What ridge? Here's the ridge. And the horsemen to the ridge. And that's line formation seems to be the... I don't know.
Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Be further back. I found it. I found it. But I was hiding on the ridge.
You have lost too many units to earn the gold medal, but you can still earn the silver.
Yes. Oh, can we get silver? Yes.
Well done. You have repulsed the attacks and kept your village safe.
Nice. Okay, looks like we're silver. Silver style. Yes. super vibrant. Whew. Stressful, very stressful. It was silver all the way. If we get silver on early siege as well. Even early fortifications can pose a challenge to any attacker. Learn the basic siege engines and how to use them to subdue your opponents. Let's go. So we're aiming for silver. Let's see if we can get silver. Look like gold's within reach at the moment. Which is a shame. But at least it's better than bronze.
Sometimes your opponent will build walls to ward off attacks. In this challenge, you will learn how to use siege weapons to destroy a fortified camp. Use battering rams to tear down fortifications. Once you research siege engineering, your soldiers can build them in the field. You can garrison several units inside a single ram to keep them safe from arrow fire.
A little tank.
Springalds are great for fighting enemy units, but ineffective against walls.
But they counter siege units.
Mangonels are moderately effective against buildings, but less so against walls. They deal damage over a wide area, however, and are excellent against groups of foot soldiers.
Getting pummeled with rocks.
Remember what you've learnt during this introduction. Construct the proper siege weapons to use against your enemy's fortifications and defending forces. With superior siege tactics and equipment, no walls can hold against you.
They'll send a random by themselves. Keep the army behind. Copy that.
Your goal in this
tactic.
challenge is to destroy the camp of your Rus opponent, who shelters behind thick palisade walls.
Okay, sounds good.
Use the destructive power of your siege weapons to level the enemy encampment.
We should do that. Shall do that. Heat the bus.
Every siege unit is specialized, and some may not be suitable for the task at hand. Siege towers, for example, are irrelevant in this challenge because the enemy does not have stone walls. Use rams to batter down your opponent's walls and destroy their buildings.
Pathetic. Wow. There's some infantry inside the ram. How many rams do we need? Ooh, they cost resources. 300 wood. And then we need like 4. We'll make mangonels. Springles. Do they have any... have their own springles? The ranged speed damage plus 20 versus siege. They do 80 damage from siege. Ranged armor 8 versus range. 0 melee armor. Let's make a couple of these. Oh, we can't make any mangonel. What else do we make today? Better use this to use up the stone. Ah, nice fail. Alright, get inside the rams. What's that? Archers. Oh, don't shot by the birds. Make the round go faster if the birds in the sound? They don't look like it. Who's on? Haha, they want to dominate this wooden fortress. But this shouldn't move at speed. Can't see the stats anymore once you get inside. Clear point accounts. Another race. I leave at the same speed. Go. I've got another wooden fortress.
Enemy patrols guard the camp. Use springalds or mangonels to help your soldiers eliminate these defenders.
Yeah, stop.
도시락 못 들으면 엽서.
Here we come. Oh, the mangonel. Go get the mangonel. Go get the mangonel. Get the gate. Just get the gate. We just get over the wall.
Your soldiers have broken into the enemy camp. Do not let up. Destroy the enemy landmark and town center to claim victory.
Oh, there's no more men. Go for it. We're going to pick up the town center and the landmark. Pick up
The
the
gold
archer.
medal is no longer within reach, but you can still earn the silver if you hurry.
Oh, we gotta hurry. It's the landmark. It'll be there. Oh. Well, we didn't get the silver. Oh no, we're running a siege down. How do we get these guys out? Get up. Get over here. Let's go.
The enemy town center lies in ashes. They will not recover from this loss.
That was bad. We let our rams die. Another ram died. Go for the landmark! Quickly! These springals have so much range. Okay, 4 minutes to take out the landmark. That should be fine. I think the archers have... Plus 20 versus siege. Everything... 200 ramp siege. Get it. Okay.
You have destroyed the enemy landmark. The Rus camp was no match for your clever use of siege weapons.
So that wasn't.
Good work. Flattening an enemy base is satisfying, but prioritizing the town center and landmark will yield a swifter victory.
Alright, Silver Overlay. Very informative Art of War narrative so far. Last one, Late Siege. Stone fortifications are unlikely to be breached without advanced siege equipment. Learn about trebuchets and bombards used to tear down an enemy fortress. Lasdok. The Delhi structure sultanates or elephants are excellent in sieges. Didn't have time to do that. Nice picture.
When facing enemy walls or defensive buildings, you need siege engines to win the day.
Okay.
As early as the feudal age, your infantry can construct battering rams and siege towers. While not as powerful as the siege engines of later ages, they can still sometimes be the best choice.
It probably only costs wood to
Battering
siege
rams
towers.
can protect infantry from arrow fire and punch holes in enemy fortifications. Siege towers allow you to take control of enemy walls without reducing them to rubble. However, both of these weapons must travel to their targets, exposing them to enemy attacks.
So what do you suggest?
In the Imperial
Wow.
Age, you can construct more powerful engines from the siege workshop. Trebuchets and bombards can tear down gates and buildings from a distance. They can only fire in certain arcs and on certain trajectories, however, so position them carefully. They are also expensive, so guard them well.
Alright.
You must choose the best weapons to employ for the task at hand.
Always do. As in you always need to.
Your opponent seeks refuge behind thick stone walls. To triumph, use siege weapons that can overcome these fortifications.
Okay. Show me the siege weapons. So these workshops. This
Your resources are limited, so think carefully before deciding which siege engines to deploy. You can also research additional siege technologies at the Madrasa, the Delhi Sultanate's version of the university. Every second spent waiting for these technologies to complete, however, is a second lost towards earning a medal.
Okay. How many units? How do we guard them well? Ranged armor. Oh, good. That's it. Reload time and anything else. Speed of siege engines. Oh. I'm not even rounds of ship shells. I can see the units of siege up there. Alright, sounds good. Tanky. What are these? Towers?
Your enemies are now sallying forth from their walls.
Destroy them. Whoa. My bombard is gonna die. terrible. At once to put the ground. Just go to the top. You should just not do this one. And just people jump these towers. Get down the gate. I can't. Just have a check. I think we can restart. Yeah, let's restart. We lost our bombard. That was very scary. Very foolish of us. Oh, we can construct a siege town. Oh, escape.
When facing enemy wall,
This as well.
you're
Oh, there's one bombard.
Your resources are limited, so think carefully before deciding which siege engines to deploy.
Oh, these are
You
free.
can also research additional siege technologies at the Madrasa, the Delhi Sultanate's version of the university. Every second spent waiting for these technologies to complete, however, is a second lost towards earning a medal.
کمانکشان گوش شنوای احکام را فرمایید.
Build me a siege. A siege town.
مستعدیم امر فرمایید.
Each time.
این کار تمام گشته است.
No, cancel.
سپاه
سپاهیان
احکامی جدید به زودی.
Cancel,
افسار
cancel,
منتظر
cancel.
سر حکمی معقول اطاعت.
افساران محاصره مستعد. افساران
پیشاه به نظم و تن
افساده.
بهره افکار مستعد کمانکشان.
لشکری وقت حرکت.
فرمانان بود نیزه داران با برادرانتان محکم ایستید نیزه ام مال شما
احکام آغاز کنند.
Alright, should start working on the
اندر همه جیبا
حکم هوشیار.
working on the gate.
بردار حکم
ساکن مرها را احکام
Let's see if we can.
به سر و سامان روید
Your enemies are now sallying forth from their walls.
Let's stay back so we don't die.
حکمهای شما
Where's that rat? Look how tanky this is.
With its walls in ruins, the heart of the city is now vulnerable. The enemy town center lies within range.
How does trebuchet just do a lot of damage? No. Oh, my bombard's back. Miranda. You guys get up there. Oh, you can just walk outside. What time is it? The town center.
لشکریانتان مستعد جنگند. لشکری وقت حرکت. گردشی دلپسند در
You have raised the first enemy landmark.
حرکت کنید. ز جهنم می نگذر.
Gather our forces.
حکمهای شما به
Prepare for
وقوع
these
معقول بود.
fights.
هر آن کس در کشد تیرش اندازد. تو را سفر اندکی.
You come here and attack. Combat. Over here.
حرکت کنید. ز جهنم می نگذر.
Alright, that's gonna go down.
تو را سفر اندکی.
destroyed the
last
second
one.
enemy landmark.
یک گردش تند دلپذیر.
So stressful.
گارانتی دشواری.
Trebuchets have so much range. They don't do a lot of damage, to be honest. On guard, grab. Hopefully we have enough units to take out these spears. That's what we do. Oh, take it out. This should survive. Oh, man. Did it.
Enemy town center lies in ruins. The enemy town center and landmarks are obliterated. Well done.
Thank you. Why, thank you. Did we get gold for that? If we did, that's progress. What did we get? We did get gold. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so gold. What's all this? Masteries? Training mastery completed. 30th of October 2021. There's all these other masteries we can do for all the different civilizations. Hasidic, Rus, Mongol, Delhi, Chinese, Holy Roman, French, English. That's Art of War completed. I think we'll revisit these scenarios later on to see if we can get skirmish. What's a skirmish? This is single player. This is AI. Passage to conquest. A deep bay separates the Mongols from the land they seek to conquer. Water may prove an obstacle or a gateway to victory. Free for all. New lands, each civilization. I guess this is just versus the computer. Different preset options. We're not gonna play single player yet. Multiplayer, recent events. News. Welcome. Age of Empires 4. Okay. Age of Empires. Code of conduct. With the launch of Age of Empires 4, we welcome all our players who are joining the Age community. Mods are coming soon. Still working on the game. Featured social. We want ranked, not available. When is ranked gonna be? When is a if this will tell us. Press must go briefly. On the roadmap. What's the road? A. Find the roadmap. It's scheduled. Release time, system requirements, news, news countdown, state gameplay. Basement. Editors. Campaign available with stuff. Ah. Okay, forms. Let's work. Let's see what. There's any roadmap readily available. Alright. Us for now. I'm gonna take a quick